Hello, all you patrons. Welcome to another pre-show. Gather round.
Another pre-show, but not just another pre-show, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is the year of our Lord 2025. January the 4th, the 11th day of Christmas, the octave day of the Holy Innocents, the feast of St. Angela of Foligno, and above all, the feast of Elizabeth Ann Seton, our first Native American-born saint. She was a convert, daughter of a Loyalist family, married into a Loyalist family.
Oh, that's interesting. So she's not one of... I forgot the Republican saints you mentioned last time when someone asked, are there any Republican saints?
Yeah.
But,
Ronald Reagan.
I forgot about Saint Reagan.
Ah. No. There. You can find a few, but not many.
Yeah.
Julius Nyerere, the servant of God, the president of Tanzania. But, you know what we have to do because this is this wonderful new year?
What?
You know.
Old Lang Syne?
Of course.
Okay.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. Happy New Year, Vinny.
Happy New Year, Charles.
2025, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached it. We came alive in 25.
We're closer to the year 2050 than the year 2000 now. I think.
Not quite.
Not quite. Halfway?
Halfway. But in the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they will find.
I don't like this song because it never explains what they find.
In the year 3535.
Why is this song written this way?
To be annoying? Well, it doesn't matter why it was written. What does matter is that something wonderful happened recently. President Biden, our outgoing chief executive, awarded the Congressional Medal or the Presidential Medal of Freedom, our country's highest non-military decoration, to Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of people. Hillary Clinton, of course. Michael J. Fox, who I don't have a problem with. Poor Michael J. Fox.
Hillary Dillery Doc.
Bono.
Do they know he got it in Africa?
What?
Do they know he got the award in Africa?
The what award?
The Presidential Medal of Freedom.
In Africa?
Well, I mean, he wondered if they'd even knew it was Christmas in Africa.
What are you talking about? Who's he?
Bono.
Bono wondered if...
Yes, he was... You remember the Live Aid concert?
I mean, yeah, he does that.
Christmas in Africa? You remember when he was with his band and he was going... Everyone stopped. Every time I snap my finger like that, a child dies in Africa.
That was from him?
And somebody said, then stop doing it, you heartless bastard.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense that it's him. My mind is... I can't believe... Wow.
Did you hear Justin Timberlake is joining the Limp Bizkit reunion?
Well, that's weird because he is part of NSYNC, so I guess it's an NSYNC Limp Bizkit co-op. Okay.
Did you hear that the two bands are going to be the main pieces of a rebooted Beverly Hills 90210?
Are they going to bring the Spice Girls too, and Christina Aguilera
Yes.
and
Yes, it's also
Kid Rock? Well, Kid Rock is still doing things. He's actually with Trump and stuff. Yeah.
It's going to be a partial Melrose Place revival too.
Wow.
See, there's a lot to look forward to in this coming year. And in fact, I would have made predictions, but I don't have any.
My prediction?
Yeah, what's that?
Pain.
Well,
Anybody get that reference out there? You're super legit. Someone tell me what movie I just did and who said that. All right. No, I'm leaving it. I'm letting it hang. I'm not telling anybody. If you don't know it, I feel bad for you. All
fine. Right. Would you consider It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie?
What? Yeah, of course. What is it? Why are you doing the Die Hard question for It's a Wonderful Life? I feel like that's disrespectful. Well, of course it's a Christmas movie.
Okay, if you say so.
It was never a question.
If you say so.
Do you think it's not a Christmas movie?
It's not for me to say.
Do you think it's a bad movie?
No.
Okay.
Although I think they unfairly characterize Mr. Potter as a bad person.
Why?
Well, he was just a sound businessman.
He was not. He got lost in the ways of the world, though. He was worldly.
Well, that's the world's fault, not his.
Okay, so then, well, by that reasoning and rationale, no one's at fault for anything.
No, that's true.
You're very accepting, and you're very I don't know if that's forgiving. That's something.
It's the new year, new hopes, new standards, new realities. Have you made your New Year's resolutions?
Look at, buddy. Keep your realities over there.
No, my realities are coming over. No, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No, I don't really. I feel like the resolution time always comes toward, I'm kind of bracing for Lent already. I can't help it, but I know that's wrong of me, but...
Also, you've got Mardi Gras coming up.
Well, that's true.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can do your Mardi Gras.
Dee-da. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dun, 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 dun. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dun, 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 dun. I can't do both at once. Because they've got the ongoing rhythm of the dun 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 dun, and then the melody is dee dee da dee 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 dun 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 dun. It doesn't work. All right, let's go to the questions.
The questions?
Until you want to, so we'll do it. Fine.
You're being very judgmental.
Really? If I'm being judgmental, what's Bill Nye, the knowledge guy?
What are you saying? You two are one and the same?
No, I'm saying he's not judgmental, which is why he got the Presidential Medal for Freedom.
That being judgmental isn't necessarily a disqualifier of the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Why are you acting as such?
All right. Did he get it?
Yeah, he did get it.
Did I get it?
No.
All right, there you go. Dun, 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 dun.
So, yeah,
You seem frustrated.
I shouldn't be. I should just.
All right,
I don't
all right.
know what's the matter with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Think of Guy and I. Think of Bill Nye, the science guy.
Okay.
Well, he's gotten the highest civilian medal our nation can afford. Does he deserve it?
Well, what's the award for? What does it mean? I mean, you get a trophy if you win the Super Bowl. That means you beat all these people. Okay. So I guess you beat all these people, you get the trophy. when you get a trophy, it's like. So it's like, what is it? The Nobel Prize for economics. You come out with a great theory, right? Like, I forgot the guy who came out with game theory or something like that. From A Beautiful Mind. What's free? What, you're helping freedom? Or you know what? That probably is it. It hurt to even say that. The Presidential Medal of Freedom. What is it for?
Helping freedom.
Freedom.
See, freedom isn't free. Freedom isn't free. You got to pay the price. You got to sacrifice for your liberty.
Is that Bob Marley?
No.
Freedom isn't free. No, who is that?
Up with people.
Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, okay. Do you like Bob Marley?
Hmm?
Do you like Bob Marley?
That was random.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he used to say that down in Jamaica, they've got lots of pretty women. They'll spend your money and they'll steal your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think he should have left his heart alone. It probably would have let him live longer. However, he I think he died with decorated with something, Sir Bob Marley or something.
Do you like reggae?
Reggae, no.
Why not?
It breeds a certain moral laxity.
Oh, wow, it comes out. Talk about judgmental. You're never going to get the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
No.
Definitely not. Not with that attitude. You need to be more accepting of freedom.
But
he was on Twitter trying to take this guy's right to free speech away.
See,
just
freedom,
because this guy was dumb, he said, you should be talking.
See, freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, and I mean nothing if it's not free.
All right, Charles, I'll leave you alone.
It's all right. I'm just thinking of my sweetheart. She's so gone.
What are you talking about?
Well, you bring up this rock and roll music. All I can think of is the late and much lamented lady who brought us "Oh Lord, Won't You Buy Me a Mercedes-Benz," Janis Joplin.
You're a fan? Were you two lovers?
You know, I was 8 when she died. That would have been neat. Yes, we were. The truth can come out now. I felt guilty about it. I felt so used. You know, when you're an 8-year-old, you're just not used to this kind of thing. I know I wasn't. No, we weren't lovers, strangely enough. I met her once at the old Rexall, while Hollywood and Hound. So, but her plaintive call, "Oh Lord, if you love me, won't you buy the next round?" I know how she feels.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? Let's move along.
We've got a bunch of questions from Helvicio.
All right.
Helvicio starts off saying, "My compliments to you on the Japanese history episode. The information was quite fascinating. I have some more questions on Japan for you."
Okay.
Number 1, how do you think that the history of World War II would have changed if the Japanese tried to solve their oil problems by invading Siberia after Germany launched Operation Barbarossa?
Well, they'd already tried it in 1922. That didn't work out very well. But it might be that in concert with the Germans, it would have done better. You could get a lot of minerals out of eastern Siberia. You couldn't get a lot of agricultural goods. So they still would have had some issues. But with control of the Siberian forests and industries and so forth, they might very well have avoided war with the United States and the other Western powers. And the Soviet Union might have been defeated by Germany and Japan. In which case, we might have a version of the Man in the High Castle with Russia divided between the Germans and the Japanese rather than the United States.
That's so interesting. I think you're slow. You're slow playing your hand or something here, because knowing Puritan's Empire, Catholic perspective on the history of America by Charles Coulombe, available now for $29.95. Tumble House Bookstore.
Plug.
Operators are standing by.
Plug.
You believed that FDR is getting into this war no matter what, and Pearl Harbor doesn't even matter. We're jumping in.
Yeah, but I mean, if they had gotten involved in the Soviet Union, they wouldn't have been dealing with us. And you see, they wouldn't have been in China.
Well, if they wouldn't have been dealing with us, then all else equals, there's no Pacific Theater, and we're shipping everyone to Europe, right?
If we get into the European War, yeah.
Yeah.
Which we tried to. Hitler wouldn't do it, so we pushed the Japs. They did it. But if they put themselves in a position to where we couldn't do them much harm, then...
Yeah.
So who knows what it would have been. But your lower legs wouldn't be so religious. Shinto.
Oh, wow. That's a joke, all right.
All right.
All right. I have almost finished watching the TV miniseries Shogun, 1980 version, which is based on James Clavell's novel of the same name. This was apparently the second most popular TV miniseries ever made. It captures the feel and events of the novel very well. Have you seen this miniseries or read the book? What are your thoughts on them, and do you have any intention of watching the 2024 remake?
I hate to say this, but I didn't read the book. I didn't see the 84 movie, and I have no intention of seeing the 2024 movie. And there are reasons for that. With a very few exceptions, it's extremely difficult for westernized audiences to understand what made the Shogunate tick, if you will. Like, for instance, the way they were so terrible to our POWs during the war is because they believed that a POW betrayed his own country by surrendering, which is why so many of them died rather than surrender. So when they capture our people, they treated them like utter trash, in violation of the Geneva Conventions, of course, because they thought of them as traitors to their own countries. They're kind of a wild people. But I'm sorry, I have not read Clavell, nor have I seen the two movies taken from his stock.
Japan is such a fascinating country in a cultural sense.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about it before, and I love talking about it because it's so fascinating. Because I feel like their culture is more advanced in a secular sense in terms of they've gone further down the path and weaponized human vice more, in human instinct.
Yeah.
And what that turns into, basically, is slavery and cages, kind of our own making and our own choosing. Is that fair to say?
Well, yes and no. I mean, you got to bear in mind that...
Because they don't have Christianity over there.
No. No, they do not. And it's a weird kind of alternative culture. It really is.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna... Okay. Not support me or back me up or say anything. You're just gonna let it flow.
I support you. I back you up.
Unconditionally?
Unconditionally.
Okay, that's what I need. I feel good now.
Oh, do you feel validated?
Yes. What is your opinion of the presidency of Alberto Fujimori in Peru? Was it better than possible alternatives for that country?
That is a very, very hard question to answer. Fujimori was, I think, the children and grandchildren of Japanese immigrants to Peru. Uh, it it's hard for me to comment because all that time the Sendero Luminoso was still destabilizing the country, and an awful lot of things went on that no president of Peru could have been responsible for. So it's a little hard to make that kind of a judgment.
Okay. Why do the Japanese love Hawaii so much? In 1920, Japanese accounted for 43% of the island's population, and it is still their favorite vacation destination.
Well, yes. The Japanese love Hawaii. And in fact, there were even plans that they conquered during the war to integrate the Hawaiian royal family into the Japanese imperial family. The way it was done with Sri Lanka, or not Sri Lanka, gosh, the same as was done with Korea and the Ryukyu Islands and all that. Those people became integral parts of the Japanese imperial family.
Okay. But why do they like Hawaii so much? Because it's an island?
It's not just an island. It's everything everything Japan as an island is not. It's got a lot more arable land. It's got a lot more. It's more fertile. It's got more opportunities, and at least as good a climate, if not better. So yeah, the Japanese loved it.
Wow, I guess I never contemplated that. So Japan does not have what was the word? Farmable land?
Arable.
Arable. What does that mean?
Well, it does have some, but not a lot. Well, see, Japan is like this. It's cliffs all over the place. So the arable land is at a premium, and this traditionally put Japan in constant fear of famine. But
wow.
that affected, in turn, their foreign policy.
I didn't know that. That you're right. There is a lot of complication to the Japanese people. A fear of famine because of lack of arable land. That's fascinating. All right. What are your favorite movies about the Pacific Theater of Operations in World War II?
Tora.
I've heard about that. What is that?
Tora.
Pearl Harbor?
It's about Pearl Harbor. And Father Goose, with Cary Grant as how to describe him, as a fisherman whose boat is sunk, and he becomes a signalman behind enemy lines, but he's between Australia and the fallen New Guinea.
Yeah.
And in an area that's likely to be bombed or even invaded by the Japs anytime. But he's off in the middle of nowhere and doing his thing. And he has a song. Father Goose is the name of the movie. So yeah, I like Father Goose very much. Tora, and what else? There was another one I like. Oh, The Bridge on the River Kwai.
That's so funny. I never sort of processed it as Pacific Theater Operations. I guess because it's the British.
Well, they fought them too.
That's so interesting. That's definitely my favorite movie then of that genre. I love Bridge on the River Kwai. Yeah, Alec Guinness. Love me some Alec Guinness. What about European theater?
My favorite World War II film, what do you mean apart from Sound of Music? I would say A Bridge Too Far.
Okay, A Bridge Too... I've never seen that. I know it's star-studded. Michael Caine's in that? There's a lot of people in that movie, and I just haven't seen that. Okay.
It's a great film. I saw it when it came out.
A Bridge Too Far. I mean, that itself, that launched the metaphor. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bridge Too Far.
It was always A Bridge Too Far.
That's surprising. Okay, I'm gonna say some World War II movies, and I'd like your comment on them.
Okay.
My personal favorite is very typical, I feel like, of my generation. But my pick is personally Saving Private Ryan.
Fairly true to life.
Fairly true to life, but does it strike a chord with you? Does it impress the Sir Charles on any, or is it too realistic?
That's a good question.
Or are you biased against Spielberg?
Well, I am biased against
I had a feeling.
So why don't we pass that one over? What else you got?
I don't know any other. Okay, how about Stalag 17?
Bill Holden. Yeah, great film. And of course, the inspiration behind Hogan's Heroes.
That's right. Let's see. What other ones are there? You know what is actually my favorite of the European theater in general? It's actually the miniseries Band of Brothers.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen that. That kind of was almost in the same vein as Saving Private Ryan. They just turned into a miniseries. I highly recommend that. Okay. I can't think of anything else. I'm drawing a blank, but there has to be more.
Oh, there are.
Oh, okay, a recent one, Dunkirk.
Dunkirk was a good film, and back in the 60s, we had the Devil's Battalion, the Devil's Brigade, rather, about a Canadian and American two units, American and Canadian, working side by side.
I have one.
Yeah.
I have one. I have a good one. This is one of my faves. Dirty Dozen.
Oh. The Dirty Dozen, The Great Escape. There have been so many. And of course, you know, the downfall. I forget what it's called in English, but it's about the Hitler's end in the bunker.
Oh, the single word. I forgot.
Untergangs. Das Untergangs.
Yeah, I've seen clips from that.
Yeah, well, so is everyone else, done into memes of everything else.
The another one actually I like. It's the German version. I guess it's the original. I guess I consider it the original submarine movie. It's
Das Boot. Yeah, Das Boot. And there was a similar, believe it or not, another German submarine movie with John Wayne as the German submarine captain, called The Enemy Below.
I feel like that's pretty weird.
It was a good picture, and you know, casting against type, but he was a very principled anti-Nazi naval officer.
Okay, was he cast well there?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Wow.
It's not like when they cast him as Genghis Khan.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, they got weird. They got weird back in the day. I don't know, some of that, and then what? Anthony Quinn is a Muslim in another one. There's some questionable.
You're awfully pretty when you're wrathful, princess.
Okay. All right. That will do it for the pre-show, everyone. But stay tuned. Full episode coming right at you.
It's coming at you, and remember something else. This is the penultimate weekend back in SoCal. 2 weeks from now, Andres should be back in Swaziland. At least I will. He'll still be here, toiling away manfully with all the gang. You know, helping Bill Nye get his robes for his new position.
And working for the common good.
Yes.
You know, improving the roads of Arcadia.
That's right.
And
the stoplights. Making sure the stoplights are once again split second.
That's right. Making sure our fine municipality is funded sufficiently to be able to run, be able to execute.
The unofficial sector is what we call it.
The unofficial sector. There we go.
Well, we shall see you in a few minutes. God bless you.